Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's Lamp. It's Lamp. All right, Paula, let's go.
I think we're gonna go with the Forever Purge as one of our favorite films so far.
I loved this film, and I was very skeptical as to what it would be like and what to expect. And it had a legitimate story, even a sense of romanticism to it. I loved it. I loved the characters. I liked the situations that they were in. I felt that there was definitely. I love the sense of survival. The different cultures represented together. I thought it was wonderful. I loved that the I can't remember the actress's name, but the lead character that she was a warrior or a fighter in the story. It really was just so much fun, and yes, it was suspenseful and a thriller and everything, but and I guess might even be considered a horror film. But I thought it was just so good, great entertainment, exciting and fun. This is the type of film that we want to see, to get that jolt of excitement in you today. So I really feel like this film hit a lot of marks for me.
I love this film. I absolutely loved it. The moment I saw that it was rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was seeing a lot of fellow critics, which, by the way, like 70% of Rotten Tomato critics are white. So that was very appealing to me. And then all of a sudden I start seeing reviews, particularly from fellow other Latino critics, saying that they had a good time with the movie. So yeah, I go watch it, and man, I just loved it. I love the film. Directed by a Mexican, starring two Mexican actors, Tenoch Huerta and Ana de la Reguera. Tenoch Huerta is easily becoming one of my favorite actors currently.
Oh my God.
Man, I loved it. I loved every single thing about this. And I love that, again, you have two Mexicans leading the movie, but I also appreciated the fact that they did not go in terms of being, because they are typecast. I'm not saying they're not, but particularly with the white actors and the white families, they didn't necessarily go into a generalization and say that all of them think alike in terms of being part of the purge and wanting to pretty much just get rid of anything.
Yeah. You're talking about Josh Lucas's character, which probably
he has the most character arc in this movie, and I very much appreciated that. It's particularly coming from a Mexican director, that they gave us that perspective that not everybody is the same. But in general, I just love the irony of it all at the end,
Big time.
And
oh my God.
I just loved it. I cannot recommend it enough.
So good.
This works on a lot of different levels, and we've talked about it on the channel. The first level that Slantinos that you need to know, this movie kicks ass. It's horrifying. It's scary. Then it becomes a survival on the road movie. Yes. Then it becomes like a Mexican standoff at the end, literally on the border.
Yep.
It's got something for everyone. And then we then it go, okay, so you got that. Then you got the race relations, right, between the white family of the Tylers, Josh Lucas's family, and Tenoch's family, the Mexicans. Mm-hmm. 3 and 3, they become one family during this survival, and it's so dope, man. I like, because that's real life, man. We don't, we got a best black friend or a best, wed or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's great to see that, because Josh's character is like, look, when for the beginning, he's like hating on Tenoch's character.
Yes.
He's straight up trying to get him kicked off the ranch. I don't want you working here because my dad likes you more than me.
Yeah.
Fantastic dynamic and conflict. And then to see this man come around, I mean, this is a Purge movie. They're putting this in a Purge movie.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen all of the Purge films. I only seen like 2 of them. But this is, I love the fact that this movie somewhat stands on its own, but yet it still feels like part of the franchise. I think a lot had to do with that director being Latino and having that Latino lens behind that camera, because I think I was watching a few interviews with him and he said how he had to get involved with the writing. He had to work with the person that wrote the script, because a lot of the, particularly the accent and some of the words that we say, he had a lot to do with the Tenoch Huerta character.
James DeMonico, who's the franchise
franchises, of all the rest of the films in the franchise. He had to give his 2 cents and tell him, you know what, no, this doesn't sound right. This does not sound authentic, and which is probably why I loved it so much. And Ana de la Reguera, that woman, oh my gosh, she is such a badass in this film. And I absolutely loved it. I love that little by little, particularly in Hollywood and women. You, regardless of your age, older actresses still playing these badass parts,
Right.
And not necessarily being typecast and because of their age or anything like that. And Ana de la Reguera here, what she did in the Zack Snyder movie she did earlier this year, again, just badass in general.
And she had to be older because it had to be believable that she had this experience, this field experience, where, you know, she not only was incredibly tough and could handle situations, but she was driven away. And, you know, here she is, and now she finds herself sort of in a similar situation. But this time around, she has that experience now. So she's she's the perfect companion to the woman who is pregnant, who, you know, kind of is in a bad way. And she can handle it. She can protect her. And I just found that to also be like incredible. It was incredible.
And I will say that there was no virtue in it. No one was virtuous in this, right? Everyone, and what I mean by that is, like, you know, like Anna wasn't like saving everyone every step of the way. Everyone was saving each other. It was, again, it's these 2 different sets of families coming together as one. Because even the pregnant woman, the pregnant woman, Cassidy Freeman, was like, you know, we're standing by these people who saved our fucking lives. And you know, with Ana and Tenoch's character, you know, Tenoch is a cowboy, you know, and Josh was a cowboy. It was just fantastic, man. They even had lassos at the end.
Yes.
And Ana was for lack of better words, she was a former guerrilla fighter.
Yes.
Fighting against the carteles who do bad shit. That's real. It makes it, you know, guys, like I said, it makes these little things, because we don't get to see this shit hardly ever in big studio films. And I mean Latino audiences, break it on down to Mexican and Chicano audiences, where we're like, oh shit, I know what they're talking about. Oh shit, her name is Adelita. The Adelitas put their hair in trenzas and put the fucking bullets on the carabinas and had the rifles, and they fought along with their men in the Mexican Revolution. That was a fucking homage to that, and I was just blown away.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Slam. Slam.